Hello everyone, it is Cast here, back with another League of Legends exercise video. Now, before we get into the video, I did want to say apologies for how long it has been since the last one. I had a fortnight travelling around to various different conventions and stuff, and since I got back, my work schedule and a couple of little life things have not been too kind. But getting back into it now, going to keep the videos coming out, hopefully 2 a week. So look forwards to that. Today we've been doing some exercises looking at still images from the MSI game between Fibonacci Esports and Isarus Gaming. One from the draft and one from a point, I believe, 26 minutes into the game. And making a point about those different images from what was going on. Off screen, I've been improving it, making notes, and putting out here today the results of that, hopefully in some solid points that you would be able to use during an actual live cast. So we're going to go through first a little still image of what it is, what I was working from, a brief overview of the points before I actually go into the full point itself. Okay, so this is the first image we're using to create our points. It's at the end of the draft phase, once we've seen what all the picks were and where they were all ending up. The first point that I honed in on was focusing on Fenerbahçe's draft, the team composition as a whole. I noticed that they had the Talia, the Jace, and the Tristana. Three very good champions at poking from range, especially the longer the game goes on with Tristana's case. Very scary champions in a siege situation. That was what I honed in that Fenerbahçe were trying to do. So that was the initial start of my point. I then followed it up by saying, why they were effective, how they would be effective, how the rest of the draft complemented that. So Braum and Nautus being able to peel and provide a safe front line, for example. And then I rounded off the point by switching the focus to Isarus Gaming and how they would want to avoid and be able to mitigate this threat. So put those up on screen so you can follow the point through nicely. And yeah, this was my attempt at actually doing that. So see what you think, and let's dive right in. Take number 5 in 5, 4, 3. Now that we have the completed drafts, we see that Fenerbahçe have managed to get themselves a siege composition with Jace, Tilia, and Tristana. Three champions with excellent wave clear and very long range, able to chip away at enemy champions and towers, all while standing behind Braum, with Nautilus there as well to help peel and provide that tanky frontline safety. Now, ISG know that they need to try and avoid this situation at all costs, and one way they could look to do this is by playing through the mid lane. If a couple of early ganks go the way of the Irelia, and she manages to snowball, they will have a very strong tool to dive into the backline and remove these threats before the siege drags on and causes too much damage. Looking forwards now, we've moved the game to the 26-minute mark, where, teams have fought a little bit, objectives have fallen around the map, and we can see a bit more how the game has developed. Now, it looks relatively even in terms of kills and deaths, but Fenerbahce are way, way ahead. They have 5 towers and 3 drakes. So, my second point was focusing on how you look at Isarus Gaming getting back into this game, clawing it back and finding a way to get back into the game, take the fight to Fenerbahce Gaming, and actually recover into a position where they might win. The first things I noticed were how fed Jace and Talia were on the side of Fenerbahce. So my start of the point was that one of those needs to be taken out immediately. I then discussed which of these would be the easier target to do, followed by why that would be useful, and what that would open up for Isarus Gaming, the different opportunities that they would have if they managed to do this. Fairly straightforward point. Hopefully it's nice and easy to follow, and it'll be coming up in a second, so you guys can see what you all think. We're now 26 minutes into the game, and ISG are behind in gold, looking for a way back in. The easiest way they have available to them is committing to a hard engage and taking out either the Jace or the Talia immediately at the start of a fight. Now, that is going to be easier to perform with the Talia because she is A, very squishy, B, has limited mobility within a fight, and C, if you do remove her, you get rid of a lot of zoning potential that Fibonacci has during any fights. After taking the Talia out, ISG have a small window of opportunity where they can look towards the Baron. They will have no threat of a smite, and they will have a numbers advantage. Having secured the Baron, they will have a huge boost to their pushing power and ability to take towers around the map, able to recover some of the standing gold that is here waiting for them to be used up, and finally open the map up for themselves, giving them a bit more room to breathe and play. Those are the 2 points that we are going to cover in this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy them, and I hope they were easy enough to follow with the explanation that I put before them, and the text and stuff up on screen. Now, if you think I missed anything, you have any comments on those, please do leave a message down below or send me something on Twitter. The link is in the description because I do take the feedback seriously. I do these to try and improve. So, yeah, anything you have to say is very, very welcome. And I will be seeing you in the next video. Goodbye for now.